I knew I was right. I knew that this would be what would happen. You're probably saying, Winston, what are you even talking about? Well, guess what? We have the official banner for Hu Tao. And it's looking like a snack. What is up? Welcome back to another Whisker-chan banger video. It's your boy Whisker-chan in the building. As you can see, this big old building. Okay. As you can see, in today's video, we are going over a lot of information, and I have a lot to cover, so we don't need to make this intro too long. But I just want to say that we are going over Hu Tao's banner, as well as some events that are coming with Hu Tao once she drops. So let's go ahead and get right into all this information, and we're also going to be going over why all these units in her banner are so amazing for her. And I mean, they're so perfect. It's like they literally picked the most perfect units for her banner, and it's crazy because the free character, or the free 4-star character that is featured in her banner, is gonna have all you guys shocked. But we're gonna go over all this information in today's video, all this information. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Before we do, if you are new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below and you join the subscribers on the grind to 3,500. We are less than 300 subscribers away from hitting that goal, so go ahead and smash that button down below. As you can see, not a lot of you are subscribed to the channel, so make sure if you're watching me, you're enjoying me, you're coming back, you want more, make sure you make that red subscribe button gray and smash that like button and make it blue. Let's get it. And also, yeah, smash that like button down below, even though I just said, you know, gotta say it. Smash that like button down below, hit the notification bell to be notified of all my daily uploads. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, first thing I want to go over is the actual banner. Like we've been predicting, like we've been speculating, it is exactly that way. We are getting Hu Tao with Chongyun, Xingqiu, and xiangling. Now, I wasn't expecting this at all whatsoever. I was not expecting her at all. I am completely surprised, but at the end of the day, it does make sense since we already do have a Hydro user as well as a Cryo user on the 4-star list. So having this as the last one will make sense. Even though everybody thought it was Noelle, it's not Noelle. It's actually something a little bit better, and we're going to discuss why xiangling is actually the better option over Noelle and all the information. We're going to discuss why Xingqiu is amazing for this banner, why Chongyun's amazing for this banner. We have tons of information to cover. So anyway, this is our official banner, so we all guessed right. High five, guys. You know, high five. I love y'all, and it was very fun speculating on this. And since we got it right, you owe me a like. So anyway, this is her banner that will be coming. This is the featured 4-star units, and yes, guys, as much as everybody has a 6'6" xiangling, we're gonna have to deal with it. Hopefully you guys pull more Xingqius and Chongyuns than that xiangling, and also I hope you pull Hu Tao once she comes out, because she comes out in less than 2 days. So let's get it, baby. Anyway, let's go ahead and cover the events and whatnot that Hu Tao is gonna have once her banner drops. Version 1.3 events preview. This is the phase 2. As the new release draws near, the new events of update 1.3 phase 2 are approaching and will be arriving soon. Shout out to NetNet. Thank you so much for all this great information. And as you can see, my eyeballs. We're gonna zoom in real quick. As you can see, I'm sorry if I'm loud. Hey, little baby, let me whisper. I'm sorry. As you can see, all that glitters is phase 2. We have the event wish, which is coming, which is Moment of Bloom, and as you can see, this is the banner that we're getting with the Xingqiu, Chongyun, and xiangling. The wish's duration goes from March the 2nd to March the 16th. And the characters that will be boosted up, as you can see, are these characters right here. So anyway, let's move on, right? We have the weapon event wish, which is out right now for the Staff of Homa, which we will be going back on because we got shafted pretty hard, pulling a lot of Wolves Gravestones. If you didn't watch that video, go ahead and watch that video. I'm going to link it at the end of this video, as well as at the white tabs at the beginning of the video, so you can check that out if you want to. But yeah, anyway, this is still going to be going on, and this is going to leave exactly when Hu Tao's banner leaves. But here it is right here. We have this test run event. Basically, you can test run Hu Tao herself if you don't have her, and also Xingqiu and also Chongyun, and of course xiangling is not there because she's a free-to-play character. So anyway, that is the things we have about the events preview and whatnot. We will be getting all that glitters phase 2, so we're most likely going to get new events, like a piece of new chapter and whatnot. So you guys stay tuned for that. We're going to have lots of more new content, and I mean lots. So this is going to be hype. So let's go ahead and go over this whole banner and break it down, because some people are like, is this banner actually worth summoning on? It has xiangling. Or is this banner worth summoning on? It has Chongyun, even though Chongyun is actually a really good unit. Some people just don't like him. But anyway, let's go ahead and go over this banner's worth and go over why it's so worth and why you should not miss this banner at all. Alright, so we have the Hu Tao banner right here. 1. Hu Tao plus xiangling. Now you guys are probably saying that's double power, that's not going to work. Well, there are some things that apply to her. So we're going to go ahead and discuss that. Since this is a double power, that activates the power resonance, which in turn gives you increased attack percent by 25%. Reactions cannot be done since they are the same element, of course, unless you combine it with a different element, whether that's vaporize or whether that's, you know, melt. Anyway, after using Xiaoling's elemental skill, once Guoba disappears, he will drop a chili pepper, which increases attack by 10% for 10 seconds, which would be a great DPS boost for Hu Tao, and it also lasts longer than her Permita Papilio. Her Permita Papilio lasts for 9 seconds, and Guoba, or the pepper, which drops after Guoba's duration's done, or once he disappears, lasts for 10 seconds. So it's going to last, this pepper, for the increased attack plus 10% is going to last throughout the whole duration of Permita Papilio, which means you're going to have increased attack plus 10% plus the attack increase based off your max HP, plus if you're below 50% health, that 33% increased pyro damage bonus that you get for Hu Tao on her passive. So it's going to be tons of damage you could chunk out, and as you can see, so it's perfect for boosting damage once entering the Permita Papilio. I'm pretty sure you guys already know that. Now let's move on. Many people were like, Xiaoling is not that good, this, that, and the third, but if you don't have that many options, and if you do want to run a double power resonance team, this would be the best way to go, because this character is going to boost your DPS. And this is like absolutely insane in my opinion for Hu Tao. Having the same element on the team, you know, usually you just have it for the resonance, but now you have it for the resonance and you have an attack increase after using Guoba. After he disappears, you have an attack increase that lasts throughout your whole Permita Papilio, so you're going to be doing massive damage. And if you have a melt comp or vaporize comp or overload comp, depending on what you play, you're going to have even more damage plus that 10%. You know, it's just like something you can't really skip. But what I'm saying is Xiaoling is actually going to be a pretty underrated double power resonance for Hu Tao, and you guys definitely need to realize that, or wake up, that this is going to be a really good DPS support for Hu Tao if you don't have anything else. So anyway, let's move on to Chongyun. As you can see, we have Hu Tao plus Chongyun. There's a lot of information on this because I had to, oh my god, I had to analyze so much. But anyway, basically, first things first, they can proc Melt. Now, if you don't know, this is one of the best reactions in the game. Melt is Melt, Vaporize, and Overload. Overload's on the iffy side, but what I'm saying is Melt and Vaporize are some of the best reactions in the game. Until Dendro comes, I think Dendro's gonna top it probably and do more damage. We'll see about that once 1.5 reaches here, so yeah, we'll wait for that. Anyway, as we can see, Chongyun can be a sub DPS, and Hu Tao's passive will increase his crit rate once her Permita Papilio's duration is over, which means Chongyun can crit more for more damage overall. And if you have a crit damage build on your Chongyun for a sub DPS Chongyun, like, this is going to be really good, because I say this after you go out of the Permita Papilio and you have low HP, you need a sub DPS, you want to play with the sub DPS, you want to proc Melt, boom, switch over to Chongyun. Now, not only are you going to proc Melt, but you're going to be critting more because of her passive, increasing the crit rate of the next person or next character she goes to, or the team overall, by 12% for a certain amount of seconds. I believe it's 8 seconds, of course, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below. But basically, once she increases that crit rate and you swap over to Chongyun, not only are you going to be doing this perfect reactions, melt reactions and whatnot, but you're also going to be critting more, which in turn brings out more damage for the sub DPS role. So that's why Hu Tao is a really good support for the whole team, and if you have a sub DPS, it's even better. So yeah, anyway, let's go over the next thing. Chongyun's elemental skill creates a frost field within which all sword, claymore, and polearm users are infused with cryo. This is his elemental skill, by the way, guys. Chongyun's elemental skill creates a frost field within which all sword, claymore, and polearm users are infused with cryo. The field lasts for 10 seconds and the infusion lasts for 2 seconds to 3 seconds. And this really depends on talent level. Like I said, the 2 to 3 seconds depends on your talent level. If you have the lowest talent level, it's 2 seconds. If you have the highest, it's 3 seconds. Anyway, this sets up for massive damage when using the Permita Papilio after Chongyun's elemental skill. And the reason I say it sets up for massive damage is because, boom, you use his elemental skill, you swap over to Hu Tao. Now that you're on Hu Tao, you're going to go ahead and do your Permita Papilio. Now, throughout his duration of his elemental skill, it's going to, boom, do all this cryo damage and do this continuous cryo damage because of the, you know, the frost field. And then your character's infused with cryo damage, you know what I'm saying? So what this procs you to do is tons of melt damage. And that frost field infusing your character with cryo sets up for even more. So that is why his elemental skill is actually probably going to be his ace in the hole once you use him with Hu Tao, is because of the infusion as well as the cryo damage and the massive cryo damage that you can do and the duration of it. Also, after Chongyun does his elemental skill, not only will this proc for massive melt damage, his passive also increases the normal attack speed by 8%, which in turn will increase Hu Tao's DPS. She will be able to attack more and faster, so that will increase her damage per second. And also, when you're in the Permita Papilio, this will last throughout the whole duration of the Frost Field, so you're going to be doing massive melt damage in a very speedy way. Also, his elemental burst sets up for tons of crowd damage as well as for reactions as well. And if Chongyun has a DPS build, then as a sub DPS, it will be a great source of damage and reaction material as well. Even though his elemental burst is more straightforward, it just like does tons of crowd damage, you can still combine that with melt. But really what supports melt a lot is his elemental skill, because of how it works and how it produces that Chongyun field, or Chongyun frost field. So anyway, that is really about it for Chongyun. Now let's go to the final, and I mean the final boss of the whole banner. Everybody is hoping for this man to pull this man the most. Everybody's hoping to C6 this man the most. Even I haven't C6'd him yet, so I really want to C6 him as well. Xingqiu. Now, this is a Ultra Vaporize comp. Everybody's planning on using this out of everything because of how consistent it's going to be. Anyway, his elemental skill, once initiated, can deal hydro damage to surrounding opponents, which in turn gives you the ability to use his elemental skill to proc Vaporize with Hu Tao. He also increases the resistance to interruption, and the more hydro damage bonus you have on Xingqiu, the more additional damage reduction he provides. This caps at 24%, which supports Hu Tao's survivability tremendously and also supports not getting interrupted. The duration is 15 seconds, which is great since when you proc this, you will proc Permita Papilio right after, and his elemental skill will last throughout the whole 9-second duration of Hu Tao's Permita Papilio for endless Vaporize reactions. Now this elemental skill is so good because of that. And it doesn't even stop there. This is so good because once you put that on, these blades are going to be revolving around you, right? And you're going to have your Permita Papilio out. This is going to last throughout your whole Permita Papilio, right? And these swords are going to be inflicting your opponents with, you know, hydro damage. They're not going to be attacking your opponents, but they're near you. Boom. They're already inflicted with hydro damage. And that means that procs you to do Vaporize damage. And then not only that, these blades are protecting you. And durability of these blades depends mainly on hydro damage bonus you have on Xingqiu. So giving him a hydro damage goblet will be so good because you'd be boosting his hydro damage, and then once you boost his hydro damage, you boost your resistance and you boost your survivability, and this will protect you way better than you think. It doesn't stop there though. What I want to discuss also is his elemental burst. Now this is similar to his elemental skill, yet the difference is his elemental skill gives you survivability and increased resistance and reactions, but his elemental burst gives you more hydro DPS, which procs more Vaporize damage. And also, this lasts 15 seconds as well, which is the whole Permita Papilio duration. Also, once the Rain Swords expire, it regenerates the current character's HP based on 6% of max HP on Xingqiu. So, this is not only going to be attacking your opponents. Every time you attack your opponents, it's going to smack them with a blade for 15 seconds straight, guys. And you have infinite number of blades until this duration runs out. So you're going to be smacking them with Hydro Blades, and then you're going to be smacking them with Permita Papilio, and then you're going to be proccing all this Vaporized damage. And then once the Rain Swords expire, you're going to regenerate your HP by 6% of the max HP of Xingqiu. Now this is not a lot, but for a free-to-play player, this is really good because you have a DPS, you have a sub DPS, you have a super vaporized reaction DPS for Hu Tao, you have tons of survivability because of his elemental skill and how it gives him the damage reduction, as well as increase to no interruption basically. But basically what I'm saying is, this character is a all-in-one kit for Hu Tao, which is why everybody's going to pair him next to Hu Tao most likely. What I want to note is, giving him HP, maybe if you want to build him purely on support, giving him a HP Sands with a Hydro % Goblet with a crit damage or crit rate cup if you want, or more HP on your cup if you want, because you could do a HP cup, HP Sands, and a Hydro damage bonus for his Goblet, and that's a full support build. Because once his swords expire, you're going to heal 6% of his max HP, and if he has tons of HP, then you're going to be healing massively. And healing is pretty good. It's not healing too much, but it's healing enough to where you can survive. So this is really giving you the heals, the survivability, the tons of reaction damage, the tons of hydro damage. It's giving you an all-in-one kit, which is why Xingqiu is the most anticipated character on this banner and why everybody wants to have him. Now this is why all these characters are absolutely insane, and this is why you must summon on this banner, is because of everything that it offers. There's no way you can skip this because every character literally correlates to the main deal, which is Hu Tao, and they all can support her. Even xiangling can support her, and that's insane because of the, like I said, the double pyro resonance as well as the pepper that Guoba drops after his duration or after he disappears, which gives you an attack increase for 10%. It's so good how they built this, and I'm very respect MiHoYo, because y'all built this real good. I wasn't expecting this, but when I broke it down, I was like, you know what, let me break this down. This banner can seem way better than it seems, because a lot of people are probably looking like, wow, xiangling, come on. Well, we're gonna make it work. So that's why we broke this down today. We broke down all these characters so that there's even more to note about them, by the way. There's even more. But what I'm saying is we broke down the main key features about these characters for the supports on Hu Tao and what they offer to Hu Tao. So we offered all this: Hu Tao plus xiangling, Hu Tao plus Chongyun, Hu Tao plus Xingqiu. And that is what we get. We get an insane team. You could even pair all these characters on one team. You could put Hu Tao, xiangling, double power resonance, gives you plus 25% increased attack. And then you have Chongyun as well as Xingqiu, which offers you, boom, melt damage and vaporize damage, depending on how you want to play this game. So really, this is the perfect team by itself. If you get all these characters, you're a free-to-play player, or you're just a starting player, putting all these characters on one team is perfect. This is a whole team itself. They literally built this banner, and it's a team. Boom. That's really good, and that's really something to note about this, is that's why it's so good. That's why I feel like this banner is going to be one of the best banners in the history of Genshin Impact, but there are probably going to be way better. We'll see in the future, but for right now, this is one of the best banners for how much it supports the main DPS or the main character that is being summoned on. So yeah, that's really about it for this video. I just wanted to discuss all this information, the Hu Tao banner, the information on her events that are coming, which is the phase 2, or yeah, I think phase 2. Yeah, phase 2 of all that glitters. And then also, you know, MiHoYo really giving us xiangling in the banner, which is absolutely insane, and the official banner. So I'm happy to note that all this is perfect. Honestly, this banner is perfect. I'm going to benefit from this. Even though I have a C6 Chongyun, I don't have C6 Xingqiu, and I have a C6 xiangling. So I really just want Xingqiu's as well as Hu Tao. But other than that, really, this banner is perfect for free-to-play players and perfect for pay-to-play players if you don't have that many of these characters, if you don't have enough dupes, if you don't have them C6 especially. And they can be even better with Constellation. I didn't even mention in the tab, I didn't even mention right here the Constellation, what it can provide, what support it can provide for Hu Tao. That's why I'm saying there's so much more to these characters that they can support on Hu Tao that makes them such perfect units for Hu Tao. So that's why I cannot stress enough that you guys should summon on this banner, even as a free-to-play player, even if it's your first time here. This banner is perfect. You have a chance to get one of the best DPSs in the game, one of the most insane and unique DPSs in the game, and then you have really good 4-star units for support as well as DPS if you want. So yeah, that's really about it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you did, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you smash that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell down below to join the subscribers on the grind to 3,500 to support, to make me pump out more banger content. You guys already know what to do. Make sure you smash those 3 buttons down below, and y'all will get more banger videos, and I'll be able to do them. So I love y'all, and thank y'all so much for the support, though, the recent support and whatnot, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.